Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. The annual Zukicon on the Rubicon trail trip is about 12 days away, less than 2 weeks. We're leaving a week from Wednesday. So we've got a long list of things we've got to do to the old Trash Panda in order to get ready. Here's our list. Not everything on this list has to be done, but definitely front shackles. That's where we're going to start. When we built this front end, we built the hangers and the horns and everything off the bumper, and we built in some nice bushings. Unfortunately, we really forgot to get back to it, and so you can maybe see in there, it's only tack welded. We forgot to actually weld these all the way around. And when I was at, you see how it's got a slant to it? And that one's pushed all the way in. That one's kind of pushed halfway. So when I was at, where the heck were we? Really dusty place a couple weeks ago. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, Climb Butte. We were at Climb Butte. I was getting a really bad death wobble. The front end would be like this all the time. Pretty sure that's the cause. So we're going to dig the welder out, get those brackets, shackles to be straight up and down again at 90 degrees, and then we're going to actually put a weld on there and make those secure. Use the Badland jack just to try to get some of the weight off so I can move them a little easier. Love the thing with the wheels, but sometimes you got to like put a little something to cock the wheels up, or chalk the wheels up there to make sure it doesn't roll away. I got that thing to 89.60. That's pretty stinking good. I'm gonna get my little welder and I'm just gonna put another tack right there, and then I'll do the same to that side, and then I think I'm gonna unhook them, pull the shackles off, and that way I can get around there really good. I don't want there to be any more issues with this. That part's done. Got that off the list. Now they look a lot better and they're going to stay in that position. So one less thing to worry about. Next thing on the list I need to tackle, power steering. I don't know if you can see, but I think under here, the little stem that comes off the bottom of the reservoir, I think it's bent and leaking, because I've got fluid everywhere and I have to keep putting fluid in. So that is my new theory. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and replace it and see if that helps. Got Paul to help. Took the old one apart. That's the new hose clamp we're gonna use. And here's the one that came off of there for some reason. Yeah, it was bent, but I'm not sure if it was leaking. It had to have been, right? Maybe right there. Anyways, that one's coming out. We're going to put the new one in, and hopefully that'll get rid of the leaky power steering. I know it didn't go in that color, though. Air filter's also on the list. Old one, new one. Now that's not just from Climb Butte. There was also a bunch of other wheeling in there. It's probably been in there for a year or two, so time for a new one. Next thing on our list, I was getting a clicking noise from the passenger side, and it didn't want to turn passenger very well, so, oh, you're hungry. When that happened previously on some other rigs, it was a broken burr field. But not this time. Everything in there looks good. So I'm going to goop it all back up again with some grease, and I'll have to go to the store and buy some more gear oil, put it back together. But I guess hopefully putting it back together and re-greasing it, maybe that'll get it to stop clicking. We'll see. Put it all back together, filled the gear oil back up, drove it on the street. It still seems like I get a click. Not sure why, but it seems like it's better. Also, the other thing that I noticed, and I was messing around in here, if you can see, maybe you see that clean area. yeah, I tightened down all the U-bolts, probably 2, maybe 3 rotations. That hadn't been done for a while, so hopefully now the front end is going to do what it's supposed to do and run just fine. Did the air cleaner, that was on the list. And now I'm just going to mess around with the steering box because it's loose as always, because this rig is not meant for 35s. And you can see I've already repaired the frame a couple of times. So I think I'm going to need to put a weld on a section. As we move on down our list, passenger window. Not sure what happened here. I'd like to blame it on Austin and Chevy, but it's probably not their fault. I don't know. So somehow this, get it out somewhere. Anyways, you can't see. But the wire on here got all messed up. There you go. It's like all wrapped over itself. And then this side here, I don't know if it's broken or just came out, but now the window's stuck. It won't go up or down at all. So I'm just gonna cut this bar right here and see if that'll let me push the window down. Because in order to get the glass out, I need to be able to roll the window down to here, so as that I can undo the 3 little screws that are holding the window into the window roller upper thing. That thing was all messed up. I ended up having to cut it in 2 places in order to get that out of there. But I do have a couple, well, I don't know if I have another one now, but got the new one in. Everything seems to be going okay. Window goes down. Window's a little rough, but it goes up. And like all of them, you gotta make a little adjustment there. Well, might be a 2-hand operation. But at least that window works. And I stepped in a puddle. That's great. Okay, finish putting this back together and see what else is on the list. Another thing I had on my list was loose transfer case. It felt like something was going on in there, and yep, missing a couple bolts. So I got to see if I can get that hammered back up and find some bolts that I can put in there, because that's definitely why I felt like I had a loose transfer case. Found a couple of bolts to put in there. That one was bottoming out, so I put a big nut there. I know that's not right, but it's going to work for now. While I was under here, I tightened up some other bolts, and I think everything under here is in good shape. Thanks for watching, team. We're going to call that a day. I took care of everything on the list that was major. Let's see. All the top stuff. What's still left? Put it right here so I can see. Rewire the fan, I'm not going to do. Got to put some tie downs in the rear for the car fridge, for Rubicon, and also for next weekend we're going to up to Canada again. We're going to go to the BC Suzuki group show. Not a show, sorry. It's a camp out. We're going to go to that. You know, and then there's like 4 or 5 types of lights I wanted to put on there. Some yellow lights, a dome light, a backup light, that kind of stuff. Rock lights. But I'm not going to do any of that. Right now I got to stay focused on, got to get the rooftop tent on the truck and a couple other things. But mechanically, I took care of everything I wanted to. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. And follow along, Trash Panda Off-Road on Instagram. And I hope to see some of you guys up in BC next weekend, or down in California on the Rubicon the weekend after that.